This actor gave 14 of his closest friends $1 million each in cash.
Every one of us, 14 of us, got $1 million.
And this football legend broke down in tears when he discovered the teacher he thought was dead had been alive the entire time.
Mr. Pigden, you're alive.
I'm alive, he says. How are you doing?
I can't believe it. Someone said you was dead.
These are the moments when celebrities reunited with old friends from their past, and some of them will leave you speechless. Segment 1. Hugh Jackman and Rollo Ross at the Zurich Film Festival, 2013. Before Hugh Jackman was Wolverine, he was a PE teacher at a school in England. In 1987, a young Jackman spent a year teaching physical education at Uppingham School in London. Fast forward to 2013. Jackman was at the Zurich Film Festival to receive the Golden Icon Award when he spotted a familiar face, Rollo Ross, an entertainment journalist waiting to interview him. Jackman didn't see a journalist. He saw a former student. He immediately broke character and said, "Rollo, I'm sorry, mate."
But Rollo, I'm sorry, man. We go way back.
But we go way back. I used to teach you at a high school in PE.
I used to teach you at a high school in PE, and I want to know how your physical education is progressing.
Ross turned bright red. Jackman pulled him in front of the cameras and joked that his portrayal of Wolverine was fueled by frustrations with students who don't bring their kit.
Yes, I used to teach you at Uppingham School in London. Yes, that's right.
Oh, no,
How is your education going?
Oh, it's going great.
Did I set you up for life?
Oh, yes, definitely, definitely. I run...
Anyway, back to the festival.
Ross later called the encounter nice humiliation. The clip went on to be viewed tens of millions of times. Proof that no matter how famous you get, a teacher never stops being a teacher. Segment 2. Hugh Jackman surprises his drama teacher, Chris Edmonds, 2015. 2 years later, Jackman returned to the Western Australian Academy of Performing Arts to surprise Chris Edmonds.
I'm here to surprise one of those people who do matter to me most, Chris Edmonds.
The drama teacher who had shaped his craft 20 years earlier.
I am here to honor this man who, it's 20 years, man.
Yeah,
it's 20 years since I graduated. And how long were you at the school before?
30.
Standing before the class, Jackman said, "There is not a day, and I have to let you know what your teaching has meant to me, because I would never be here in my career without you."
Because I would never be here in my career without you and Lyle and the other teachers at the West Australian Academy of Performing
But
Arts.
Jackman didn't stop at words. He announced the creation of the Chris Edmonds Performing Arts Scholarship,
We have created a Chris Edmonds Performing Arts Scholarship
funded through the Jackman Furness Foundation,
for the West Australian Academy of Performing Arts.
ensuring that future students would have the same opportunities.
So we're going to give opportunities to other students.
It wasn't just a reunion, it was a legacy, a man transforming his gratitude into something permanent. Segment 3. George Clooney and the Boys, 2013. This is one of the greatest acts of friendship in Hollywood history. In 2013, before the massive financial windfall from the sale of his Casamigos tequila brand, George Clooney invited 14 of his closest friends to dinner.
There's a group of guys that we call the boys. George had called me and the boys and said, "Hey, mark September 27th, 2013 on your calendar. Everyone's going to come to my house for dinner."
These were the men who had been in his life for over 35 years, the ones who let him sleep on their couches when he was a struggling actor, the ones who loaned him money when he couldn't pay rent. During dinner, Clooney stood up and gave a speech. Then he asked each of them to open a black Toomey suitcase placed at their seats.
Sitting in front of each of us on the table is a black, Toomey bag.
Inside each case was $1 million in $20 bills.
And we opened it up, and it's $1 million in $20 bills.
14 friends, $14 million.
Every one of us, 14 of us, got $1 million.
Clooney had already paid the taxes, so each man received the full amount. When asked why he didn't just leave them money in his will, Clooney said, "I just thought basically if I get hit by a bus, they're all in the will. So why am I waiting to get hit by a bus?" Segment 4. Daniel Radcliffe and David Holmes. Daniel Radcliffe and David Holmes met on the set of Harry Potter when Holmes was hired as Radcliffe's stunt double. For nearly a decade, they worked side by side. Then, in 2009, during the filming of Deathly Hallows, Holmes suffered a catastrophic accident during a stunt that left him paralyzed from the chest down. What Radcliffe did next wasn't a grand gesture for the cameras. He stayed. He became one of Holmes's closest friends and fiercest advocates. For over a decade, Radcliffe maintained the friendship and used his platform to bring attention to Holmes's story. In 2023, Radcliffe executive produced the documentary David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived. For Radcliffe, the relationship wasn't optional. It was a lifelong commitment to someone who had literally put his body on the line for him. Segment 5. Lady Gaga and the Facebook group. Before Lady Gaga was Lady Gaga, she was Stefani Germanotta, a student at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts. Her classmates didn't see a future superstar. A group of them created a Facebook group titled Stephanie Germanotta, You Will Never Be Famous. The group was a hub for ridicule. As Gaga ascended, 13 Grammys, an Oscar, a global phenomenon, the group's existence became the ultimate symbol of irony. Years later, Gaga publicly acknowledged it, using the moment not to attack her former classmates, but to encourage her fans. Don't give up when others doubt you. The girl they said would never be famous became one of the most famous people alive, and that Facebook group became the most wrong prediction in the history of social media. Segment 6. Ian Wright and Sidney Pigden, 2005. This might be the most emotionally powerful celebrity reunion ever caught on camera. Ian Wright grew up in turbulent circumstances in South London. The one person who saw something in him was Sidney Pigden, a World War II Spitfire pilot who had become a teacher. Mr. Pigden told the boy that if he misbehaved in class, he wouldn't be allowed to play football. That bargain changed the trajectory of Wright's entire life. Mr. Pigden became the guiding light he never had at home. For years, Wright had been searching for Mr. Pigden. People told him the old teacher had passed away. Then, in 2005, during filming at Arsenal's Highbury Stadium, Wright was sitting in the stands when a voice came from behind. "Hello, Ian. Long time no see."
Hello, Ian. Long time no see.
Wright turned around. Sidney Pigden was standing there. Wright shot up, whipped off his cap, and whispered, "Mr. Pigden, you're alive. I can't believe it. Someone said you were dead."
Mr. Pigden. You're alive.
I'm alive, he says. How are you doing?
I can't believe it. Someone said you was dead.
Pigden responded, "I'm so proud of what you've done with yourself."
As you see, I'm very much in, and I'm so glad you've done so well with yourself.
Wright broke down completely. A grown man, a football legend, sobbing into his cap like a child. Segment 7. Michael B. Jordan and Laurel at the Creed 3 premiere 2023. At the 2023 premiere of Creed 3, Michael B. Jordan was being interviewed on the red carpet by Laurel, a radio host. The two had attended Chad Science Academy in Newark together.
And you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
Laurel had previously admitted on her podcast that she and her classmates used to make fun of Jordan.
No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name.
For sharing a name with the basketball legend but being no Michael Jordan, and for bringing headshots to school, in the hood, as a kid.
Corny kid, right?
When Laurel greeted him on the carpet saying they go way back, Jordan's response was immediate. "Oh yeah, I was the corny kid, right?" Laurel tried to claim she'd been misquoted.
I did not say that. Misquoted for sure.
Jordan wasn't buying it. He smiled, but the message was clear. He remembered everything. And the kid they called corny was now standing on the red carpet of his own movie, one he directed and starred in.
How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
Sometimes the best revenge isn't anger, it's just showing up. Segment 8. Drake and the Degrassi Reunion, 2018. Before Drake was Drake, he was Aubrey Graham, a teenager playing Jimmy Brooks on the Canadian teen drama Degrassi.
Jimmy Brooks. Thought me and you were cool, man.
There is no me and you.
So in 2018, when Drake was at the peak of his career, he brought the entire Degrassi cast back together for the music video for I'm Upset. The two-day shoot was staged at the Air Canada Centre and designed to look like a formal high school reunion. Cast members said Drake told them he'd made the video primarily as an excuse to have a reunion. The video ends with the cast celebrating on the Raptors' home court. For Drake, it was a high-budget love letter to the people who shared the formative years of his life. Segment 9. Justin Bieber returns to Stratford. In the 2011 documentary, Never Say Never, one of the most revealing sequences follows Justin Bieber as he returns to Stratford, Ontario, the small town where he grew up with his single mother and grandparents in low-income housing. The cameras captured Bieber reconnecting with his childhood friends, playing basketball at the local YMCA, eating pizza, and just being a teenager again. One of his friends told the camera, "We cherish the time we have together." For Bieber, Stratford wasn't a photo op. It was a grounding mechanism, a place where he could step out of the machine and be just Justin for a few hours. Segment 10. Prince Charles and Clive Harold, 1997. In December 1997, Prince Charles visited the London offices of The Big Issue, a charity that helps homeless people earn a living by selling magazines. A vendor named Clive Harold was introduced to the prince. Harold looked at Charles and asked, "Do you remember we were at school together?" The two had been classmates 40 years earlier at Hill House Preparatory School in Chelsea. The contrast in their lives was staggering. Charles had become the Prince of Wales. Harold, once the son of a millionaire financier, a successful journalist, had lost everything: his marriage, his home, his career, to alcoholism. Charles listened as Harold recounted his lost weekend. The prince offered a pat on the back and wished him good luck. It wasn't dramatic, but it was one of the most profound celebrity reunions ever documented. A prince and a pauper who once shared a classroom. The gulf between their lives, a silent testament to how differently things can turn out. Segment 11. Adam Sandler and the Maserati Gift. When Grown Ups became a massive box office hit in 2010, grossing over $270 million worldwide, Adam Sandler decided his co-stars deserved more than just a paycheck. He gifted brand new Maseratis, each worth approximately $200,000, to Chris Rock, Kevin James, David Spade, and Rob Schneider. These weren't just co-stars. They were friends who had known each other since their early days in stand-up comedy and Saturday Night Live. The Maseratis were Sandler's way of sharing the spoils of a film they'd built together. It wasn't about the cars, it was about the message: we won this together, and we celebrate together. Segment 12. Robert Downey Jr. and Jamie Foxx, The Gift Exchange. During the filming of The Soloist in 2009, Robert Downey Jr. and Jamie Foxx developed a bond that went beyond the professional. When Foxx discovered Downey had an empty ranch in Malibu with vacant stables, he surprised Downey with 2 horses for his birthday. Not gift cards, horses. Downey later reciprocated by gifting Foxx his vintage El Camino, the exact vehicle used in the Iron Man films. These weren't transactional gifts. They were expressions of a friendship built on the kind of trust and absurdity that only comes from genuine closeness. When you give someone horses and they give you Iron Man's car, that's not networking, that's friendship. Segment 13. Kid Cudi. Surprised at his old high school, Kid Cudi returned to his former high school to deliver a TED Talk about perseverance, creativity, and believing in yourself.
The funny thing is, I used to go to this school, and my class used to sit like in this area here. Yeah, O2, who's an O2er?
It was supposed to be an inspirational address, until the script flipped. A former classmate emerged from the audience and surprised Cudi mid-presentation.
Kendra, come here! Kendra, come up! Kendra, AG, everybody! Come give me a hug. I don't know how long has it been, 2 decades? Come up here!
Turning his motivational speech into a personal moment of reconnection. Cudi, who had been speaking from a position of authority and accomplishment, was instantly transported back to being a student again. The ambush by a familiar face proved something important. No matter how far you climb, the people from your past still have the power to surprise you. Segment 14. Kate Middleton recognizes her history teacher. During a royal visit to Cornwall, the Princess of Wales spotted a face in the crowd that stopped her in her tracks: Jim Embury, her former history teacher. Without hesitation, she broke from the official itinerary, rushed over, and greeted him with visible warmth and recognition. It was a small moment by royal standards, but it said everything. The future Queen of England saw her old teacher in a crowd, and her first instinct was to run over and say hello. That kind of spontaneous respect for the people who shaped you proves the teacher-student bond can survive anything, including a crown. Segment 15. Rihanna returns to Barbados. Rihanna has never forgotten where she came from. During a visit back to Barbados, she had a heartfelt reunion with a former teacher she publicly calls her mentor. The encounter was documented as a moment of deep, mutual respect. The global superstar and the educator who recognized her potential long before the world did. For Rihanna, who has consistently invested in Barbadian education through scholarships and charitable work, the reunion wasn't performative, it was personal. A reminder that behind every global icon, there's usually a teacher, a coach, or a mentor who believed first. And that belief is the most powerful gift anyone can give.